StockinetteZombies. I'm Amy, also known as Jay Nitma.
And I'm Megan, also known as Just Run It, and this is episode 510, where we're going to talk about favorite things. And also, if you guys caught the whole like going live cycle, you got to hear me sing songy, like, oh, nope, we're not quite live yet. I should go back and watch and see if how much of the going live parts they well, YouTube took a little while to get warmed up this morning. Yeah, relatable.
Yeah, yeah, for sure, for sure. How have you been?
Good. It's hard for me to believe it's the end of March,
Oh my
which I
gosh,
think
same.
we share that sentiment. I'm going to be on spring break next week, so a little
Ooh.
bit of administrati. I also set up for our Patreon folks that Zoom will be open all week next week. If you happen to have a week off and want to jump in, please jump out in Discord and coordinate with folks because, randomly showing up on Zoom, you can check, but people might not be there. So let people know if you're going to be jumping on during the day, saying hello. And yeah, so then yeah, just a bunch of other, lots of things to take care of at home, tons of things
Yeah.
to take care of at work before I'm going to be out. We're also kicking off a new quarter next week. So that's always fun. We like to mix things up and change our roadmap at that quarterly boundary. So yeah, just a just a lot going on. How about with you?
Um, yeah, I have plans next week, but not a lot. So I am not taking much time off of work, but a few days. And yeah, so this is the day before that. So I get an extended weekend. That'll be great. And yeah, I had a little road trip planned, so that'll be exciting. And
Yeah.
then yeah, just more of the same. But this week has been all about appointments. Like, I got a doctor's appointment in, I got a dentist appointment in, I got a haircut in. Like, it's
Ah,
been like cram all the things into this one week. But it's been good because now I can schedule all of those like women of a certain age appointments. So I'm going to get on that here
mhm.
shortly. Uh, but yeah, the initial um, health checkup and blood draws and things like that happened this week. So
Good. I
yeah.
also got my haircut. I think we talked about it a little bit on Sunday during the during the craft and chat. Yeah, kind of. Well, I mean, I think it's yeah, psychologically we've had some really nice like, first spring, second spring. We're now into I'm trying to look at the silver lining of like, hey, I'm able to wear some of my really warm sweaters again, but highs in the 30s today. Hopefully, fingers crossed, where we're going will not be rainy, but will be green and a little warmer than it's supposed to be here. We often run into, we go places and they're like record colds. And we're like, oh, we would have been better at staying home. We're trying to escape and get to better weather, and the bad weather follows us. We're like Eeyore. But yeah, it should be good. It should be good. Lots to do, and definitely more green down in Tennessee. So.
Yes, yeah, definitely we'll get the green, I believe. Yeah, we're slowly creeping. Like I see some things. There's still
Mhm.
snow some places, but we're seeing some green.
Mhm.
Hasn't quite all melted yet in my neighborhood.
Oh yeah. Again, I was talking about it on Sunday, but really funny. Like my husband was showing me photos that he and his friend went for a bike ride, and it was 80 degrees out on Sunday, and 80 degrees Fahrenheit. That's probably pretty obvious for those that are in Celsius. But I was telling the story to a Canadian, and they were like, "I wonder what that is in Celsius," um, and doing like making snow angels and piles of snow when it was in shorts and t-shirts because it's 80 degrees out, right? Like that
Yeah,
snow doesn't often see the 80-degree temperatures. But anyway, enough weather and chit chat. Do you want to get to the favorite things?
sure. So, I didn't have much, especially knitting related recently. I mean,
Oh.
I love my things, don't get me wrong. And I am working with them, but I haven't been purchasing a whole lot. So, thinking about new and favorite things, and I know that I've gone back to favorite tools and things like that. But today I just decided to go kind of off knitting. So one of my favorite things is our public radio here in Minnesota. So I bought this tote, probably snacks inside.
Yeah.
They have more of them that are Minnesota related. I bought one for my friend Karen that says bag on it.
Mhm.
And then and then what do I want to say?
Which is the
Oh,
funny
then
way that people say bag in
yes,
Minnesota. Big. It sounds like you're begging, right? Like,
yes.
yes,
Yes, but then they go, what do I say? Bag,
bag.
they don't like that either.
I don't
Um,
either. Yeah.
but uh I wanted to also shout out the current. So, you might think of public radio as news and
Mhm,
informing people about the things that are going on in your state. But the current is our public music station, and it is fabulous.
mhm,
They're currently doing a March bracket for albums, and then you get to call in or vote online for your favorite album of the pairing. So it's bracketed. And then as part of the bracketing, while you're voting, they play a song block from each of the albums. Um, Not a whole lot, just two songs per album, but to give you a sense of what you're voting for.
mhm.
And it's just been fun. It's just been fun, little way to enjoy music and get to recall because they're kind of bracketed by decades.
Yeah.
Some of the music that, like, oh, I remember that album, or oh my gosh, I haven't thought about that album in a really long time.
Yeah.
But they're classics and they're hard matchups. The one that I saw in the first round was Joni Mitchell's Blue, or yeah, Joni Mitchell's Blue versus Carole King's Tapestry.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah, right? It's really hard. So Blue won out by 4 votes. I think it was 4, but yeah, it's like I don't know, it's just something like fun. And
Mhm.
uh I don't know, I really like our music station. They have an online presence, they have an app. So if you're interested in other states, you can go check it out for a day and
Mhm.
let me know what you think about it.
Yeah, absolutely. I would concur. Really enjoy the current and our Minnesota Public Radio. They had like a Rochester branch, like open house. It's down by like TJ Maxx Plaza in a building there, and got to meet some of the folks a while back. And yeah, they're cool and it's great. And I love like the locality of it, I guess, right?
Mhm.
It's people that live in Minnesota and are, yeah, Minnesotans.
Well,
Not
not all of them were born
not
here,
just yeah,
but
coming in. Yeah, go ahead.
there's some transplants there on the current, but
Yeah,
um
yeah, yeah. But I mean, like, they're really fully embracing, it's not like national
oh yeah.
radio where somebody could be talking about something that has, or playing music that isn't, part of the zeitgeist here
Oh,
in Minnesota
absolutely.
currently. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
and they have something called the local show too, where they only play Minnesota bands.
Hmm.
So that's really cool.
Oftentimes I hear about concerts when we
Yep.
have it on in the car, that yeah, because they've got the finger on the pulse there, and whether or not I'm out on the apps checking like who's going to be in town, right? So yeah, it's great.
Mhm.
It's great.
Yep, and a
Um,
newsletter that does the same thing. If
yeah,
you
I'll call this a general theme of favorite things, things
Okay.
that you do while you can also be doing while you're knitting.
Hmm. Yep.
Really enjoying March Madness. The Iowa teams, we had all three of the universities in at one point. You and I was in Iowa and Iowa State. Iowa won last night, going to the Elite Eight. We'll be cheering on my alma mater, Iowa State tonight to hopefully continue. And that's just been really fun. I found I have a current project on the needles that is just, it's entertaining and I'm making it entertaining in different ways, but it's just stockinette. So it's like our stockinette zombie theme, right? And so it's great. I can just like knit, 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 knit and be watching and cheering on the basketball. I know there's a lot of people in the crafting community that are like, I don't do sports ball, but like I am a sucker for the stories and that like just like with the Olympics, right? Like the history of the team, as well as cheering on my own teams. But I will watch till the final, the final game,
Mhm.
whether or not my team is in it or not. Similar with football, similar with whatever. It's interesting, all very interesting to me. Also, things I've done while knitting, other than watching the March Madness, we went. Our theater here in town has a cheap movie Tuesday. Went and saw Project Hail Mary, which I would give two thumbs up, and if I had more thumbs, I would give it more thumbs. My husband's read the book, so he's like, the movie isn't as good as the book, as per usual, but it's making me want to read the book, and I thought it was a really well done movie, considering a lot of it is just kind of, almost like Castaway, right? Like
Oh,
one-on-one,
right,
solitude, like that, and they kind of have to lean into that because that's part of the plot of the
right.
the film. But alas, companionship is found. No spoilers. I think everybody knows that he meets an alien. Um, but yeah, it was great. I liked it. And really like if you can support your local theaters, it's a great experience to go. The cheap ticket also comes with a little popcorn for free, and so it's just like it's a little experience here in town, and we often catch movies that we're like, this would be really great to see in the theater versus waiting to see it on our home screen, and
Mhm.
support the theater.
Yeah, I haven't
Um,
been to a movie in a while. Those cheaper tickets do help. Because when you think about what it costs to go to the theaters these days, it is a bit of a deterrent. You're like, is it really going to be worth seeing in
yeah,
the theater?
yeah.
Um, but yeah,
I
Project Hail
did,
Mary is probably uh, worth it there.
yeah, for sure. I did not go see the latest Scream in the theater, but the newest
Mm.
Scream coming out led me to go like 1990s Megan was like so into when the next Scream movie was going to come out. I've kind of since not been into as much of the gory films. I don't know, again, just personal maturation and taste difference. But I was like, oh, I think I remember watching the second one. I can remember who the killer was in the second one. I think I can remember who the killer was in the third one, but I didn't remember seeing the fourth or fifth or sixth.
Mhm.
So I didn't. I hadn't. It wasn't just that I didn't remember. And those are available on streaming. So I had
Yeah,
myself a little movie fest recently, and watched all of the Scream movies.
yeah, the
Haven't
Scream
seen.
movies aren't bad
No.
for gore and whatever, right? It's
Well, they
those are
are,
fun.
but I mean, it's like over the
Oh,
top. Like there's
okay.
a lot of blood. I feel like they've gotten a lot gorier. The first one was kind of, making fun of, scary movies, and they all kind of have that parody. Not as much as the scary movies parody of scary
Right.
movies, but I think that's what, yeah, teenage cynical Megan really liked about them was that they're kind of making fun of the like standard scary movie plot, and like I'll be right back sort of thing. And they've all kind of echoed that, right? Like they're making
Mhm.
fun of different pieces or highlighting it. But yeah, I really enjoyed it. I was like, I kind of took, my finger off the pulse of those movies, and yeah, recently had a little Scream movie festival in
I
my house.
recommend I recommend going through the Final Destination ones and revisiting those because they have a bunch of them. They
Yeah.
did the same thing
If you are
Scream did.
superstitious, though, I think I remember watching the first one. If you are superstitious, though, I feel like that is like nightmare fodder for like superstitious people, right? Like death following you and like the butterfly effect of things that you do. Just like,
Well, right, but it's all about people who were intended to die that didn't die, and death is claiming them, right?
got
So
it. Got
you
it.
just have to, I'm not supposed to die, right?
Okay. Okay. And then my last one is fiber arts related. Bought this last year at ZK. This is lavender loons. I know there's similar bases out there, neon tweed. It's got some alpaca in it, so unfortunately, I'm not selling Amy on grabbing any of it. But it's merino alpaca, some tweedy bits, and it's just really fun. To me, it's like I'm holding a strand of mohair, alpaca. I'm holding a strand of like something with Tweety, and then I'm pairing it with this is wild. So that's the colorway I'm pairing it with, and
Oh,
then
wow.
here's
Hmm.
how it ends up. But yeah, really enjoying it. As I mentioned, I've been doing a lot of like, because it's just stockinette in the round. This is Jessie Maid's Cozy Classic Raglan, CCR is what I've been calling it. And in the body here, I just did the helical, which makes it a lot more entertaining to me for
Yeah.
whatever reason, rather than just endlessly going around. And like the only thing you could really see that changed is the length of the body. You get back, so it's where stop 4 stitches before you ended on the previous. You're working two strands, or in this case, two strands held together. And you stop, you slip a couple of stitches, and then you pick up. And like something about getting back around to that place where I have to stop, slip a couple stitches and start with the other strand is motivating to me. It's kind of like striping. I mean, you don't physically see it like striping. But I was a little worried about, I had liked how the dark colors up here had
Hmm.
kind of, filtered in but not pooled. And I was a little worried about that. And so kind of doing that helical knitting of swapping in and out definitely broke things up, both in the monotony of the stockinette as well as the colors not particularly pooling. So yeah, and just again, I'm not picking them out. I'm really loving them. I feel like the mohair kind of, or not mohair, the alpaca kind of traps the little tweedy bits
Hmm.
in a little bit more. But really loving how I'm gonna love this finished object. Like this is such a
Yeah,
fun
you're
color.
definitely
It's such
selling me on the neon nips or whatever. Like I
yeah,
do kind of want some of that now.
yeah. It's nice. It's like a make your own tweed, right?
Hmm.
Because this is definitely not tweedy. But yeah, let's find you some neon neon tweed without alpaca, Amy.
Yes,
Send it out into the world. People, let us know. Neon tweed without
I've
alpaca.
seen it places. I can find
Yeah, yeah.
it.
Amy's like, I know. I've had my eye on it. But yeah, I just set the bottom aside here because I'm going to try to make the sleeves as long as I possibly can. I just have the two skeins of the fingering weight and the alpaca tweety bits. But yeah, these are also I didn't purposely color match, but I'm loving that my unicorns are like color coordinated. Yeah, these are fangirl fibers. She generously gave away a bunch of sets as our in our goodie bags at ZK, and they were sitting
Yep.
around, and I was like, I don't want this is very slippery, so I don't want the needles to slip out as I'm working on a sleeve.
Yeah, I have a set of those. They're little goats, and that they
Mhm.
ended up at my desk at work somehow, and they're like my little fidgets,
Yes.
like because they're little goats, so you can kind
Yep.
of like walk them around,
Hmm.
and their tails fit together with their, I don't know, they kind of
Yeah,
inter.
I've played around with mine. I think I got goats as well. Yeah,
So it's
they're
just
very
like,
fun.
yeah, I don't know. I like having a fidget at work, and that's my new fidget, unintentional. At
Yes,
work.
yeah, excellent. But yeah, those are my favorite things. Again, I feel like I sometimes or I often work in my current whip, which is always my favorite thing. But that base is really fun. I know Snug and Spun has some as
Mhm.
well. Again, it has
Oh,
the alpaca. Sorry. And yeah, I've seen it around. It's really great. Again, I don't know why I waited so long to work with it, but I'm enjoying I think it would be nice as a single as well. It's a little beefier than like the normal like
Oh, okay.
mohair that you hold with something. So yeah, this is written to be on sevens, and I'm actually knitting it on eights,
Oh, okay.
just because the fabric itself is pretty dense with that
Hmm.
fingering held with the alpaca tweed. So
Yeah,
right now,
absolutely.
yeah.
And my favorite thing, reminder, npr.org. So if you go to npr.org, you can click on the current. That'll get you to their website pretty easily. And you can check out the music, some local music. They're talking a lot about Bruce Springsteen. I guess
Hmm.
he's making an appearance tomorrow in St. Paul and then
Yeah,
has a
we're super
concert
bummed.
next week.
The Shackletons are playing up in St. Paul. Yeah, we're super bummed. We're gonna be traveling. So
Yeah, yeah, big party in St. Paul tomorrow.
yeah.
So, all right, bye.
Bye. Alrighty, we're done.
Yeah,